On today's episode, we're traveling back to the 1940s and exploring one of the biggest vintage events in America, the Mid-Atlantic Air Museum's World War II Weekend. Come along with me as we explore vintage planes, watch thrilling reenactments, and shop at the cutest little World War II flea market for vintage treasures and girly finds. So let's go time travel together. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to be doing a really fun vlog. We're going to be going to the Mid-Atlantic Air Museum show. It's a big annual US event here in Pennsylvania. It's basically all 1940s inspired, hence why I look like this right now. I just finished doing my hair, my makeup. I don't know if I like my hair. To be honest, I don't know what to do with the bangs. I have been practicing on doing this hair for about weeks now, and yeah, I don't know how my hair ended up turning out. I tried to look very historically accurate, but I'm gonna show you guys my outfit in a second. But anyways, yeah, we're about to head out. It's around 6 in the morning right now, and they open their gates at 8:30, so we want to be there pretty early, just so we can get in quickly, so we don't have to wait in the line, because I heard that it does get very full. Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. I've never been to that event, and I don't really know what to expect. I hope that it's gonna be fun, and I'm basically gonna take you guys along with me. I'm really here just so I can see everyone's cute 1940s outfits, and learn a little bit more about history, because you guys know I am obsessed with the 1940s, the 50s, the 80s, just all of that. So it's gonna be a very, very fun day. But yeah, without further ado, we're gonna get going because I'm already late. But I'm gonna show you guys quick my outfit. So this is my outfit for the event. As I mentioned before, I thrifted everything that I'm wearing today. You know that I love a good secondhand find. This beautiful light pink dress was actually bought online, secondhand of course, and I believe it's from the 1980s, but honestly when I saw it, I thought this could totally pass for a 1940s dress. And I really wanted something that felt true to me. I knew from the start that I wasn't going to wear something super traditional or dark. Pink is obviously my color, and it makes me feel the most beautiful. I paired this dress with this adorable white flower hair clip, thrifted obviously, and of course I'm wearing stockings and flats because, listen, the vintage heels that I ordered for this event did not arrive on time. Heartbreak, I know, but I feel like things happen for a reason, and wearing heels probably wasn't the best idea anyways. To finish off this look, I wore a really light makeup and of course the iconic Victory Red lipstick. I also paired my outfit with this beautiful handmade bag from my brand, Miss Antoinette, which I will leave linked down in the description. We left super early this morning and arrived around 9 a.m. As soon as we got there, a big yellow bus was waiting to take us to the event grounds. And when I tell you, it instantly transported me back to my school days, except this time I'm actually excited about where we're going. Now, if you're not familiar with this event is actually one of the largest World War II reenactment and history weekends in the entire country. It happens every year in Reading, Pennsylvania, and people from all over the world come to experience it. Now, the whole idea behind this event is to bring history to life, to teach, to remember, and to immerse visitors in what the 1940s looked and felt like. This event recreates a full World War II military base and home front, complete with vintage military camps, tanks, classic planes, and even live battles performed by reenactors. Before we really dive in, I do want to take a moment to say something really important. When we attend events like this, it's not about glorifying or romanticizing the war or the hard times that people went through in the 1940s. This was a very difficult, painful time in history for so many people. So while it's exciting to dress up and explore the past, this experience is also a way to remember, to learn, and to honor the people who lived, worked, fought, and suffered through those years. You'll probably see historical flags, military uniforms, and reenactments that are meant to accurately represent that time period. But please know that I do not support any hateful ideologies that existed back then. This is strictly about education and paying respect to the people who made sacrifices and endured so much during that era. One of the most beautiful parts of this event is the section where they introduce special guests, people who actually served during the World War II. It's such a rare and precious thing to meet them in person because these veterans are getting older and eventually we won't have them around to tell their stories firsthand. I got to meet so many incredible veterans and even some women who served as nurses during the war. One of the most memorable people that I met was a man named George, and you can see him here signing my book. He actually served in the United States Army Air Forces, specifically in the 49th Bomb Squadron. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. He worked as a B-17 and B-24 mechanic at an air base in Foggia, Italy from early 1944 until November 1945. So there's also this amazing section where veterans and collectors bring their personal items from the 1940s. I saw original military uniforms, old photographs, letters, and even women's uniforms and personal keepsakes. Every item has a story, and I love that people are willing to share them with strangers like me. Are these all your stuff?
Just a collector.
Just a collector, yeah. Wow.
Most likely we would have commandeered some sort of home or small building. So we would have done like all the clerical work, requisitions for supplies and everything for the troops. And then I just have a small display. We have some other guys in our group too, but just a small display of all the different things that the GIs would have carried with them, and then some of the rations or what they would have looked like, what came in those rations.
Look at all this stuff.
How many years you served?
We've been doing it, I think about 16 years now.
Okay.
I've been coming here for 20.
Okay.
But the first couple we just came as spectators before we started getting into the reenactment. But because my oldest son's in the Army, and he was only maybe 8 or 9 when we started coming here.
Okay.
And because of the way the guys taught him and inspired him, and we started doing the same thing, so we can teach our youth now how to appreciate what these veterans have done for us and why we're free today the way we are.
And that's very important, actually.
Yes. This your first time coming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you get around all the different encampments and everything. Everybody has something a little bit different.
Look at the little, I think that's soap.
Oh, soap.
Yeah,
ivory.
ivory soap.
My dad used to talk about ivory soap.
I don't have a sling on my Garand, so can I get one? Yeah.
The cigarettes.
The juicy.
I know.
Okay.
It's so cool. There's seriously so much to see here. If you're thinking about visiting, you'll definitely want to spend the whole day because this event is packed. All around the grounds, reenactors set up little camps that show you what it might have looked like to live on a military base in the 1940s. Can you go through here? It's crazy.
They make it look like people were here for real.
I know. I love that. Now, one of my favorite parts of this whole day was hearing the live singers perform music from the 1940s.
If you saw our first, it's too darn hot. It's too darn hot. I'd like to stop with my baby tonight.
There's just something about those old songs that instantly transport you. Honestly, the music back then was so elite, so full of heart, glamour, and a little bit of sass. The women singing had the most beautiful voices, and they really captured the vibe of that era. And you guys, let's talk about the real enemy of the day, the sun. The heat was absolutely brutal. Like at one point, I literally saw a woman faint. She just dropped to the ground because the sun was that bad. It was no joke. I generally told myself that next year I'm showing up in a bathing suit. Like, this pink dress is super cute, but survival comes first. This is like my dream car. So this is the flea market.
They have lemonade,
The store, I see clothing over there.
of course.
Now the moment we've all been waiting for, the flea market. You know where I'm going. The second that I saw the rack of clothing, I ran. Like I wasn't about to miss out on some girly treasures. There were 2 huge tents filled with vendors, and I made a straight line to the vintage clothing racks first. This is a cute one as well. Doesn't have a tag. Oh yeah, it does. It is really cute. I found the most beautiful 1940s style dresses, delicate gloves, the cutest beaded handbags, and stunning vanity sets. You know, the kind with the tiny glass perfume bottles and those fancy little powder jars with the puffs. Oh, and I can't forget about all the cute hats that I saw.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
That's okay. I just wanted to use the mirror. Oh, I'm buying this one.
That's cute.
She's like, oh, yeah, I need this one. Okay. I will buy this.
One thing that I ended up buying was this antique red umbrella. First of all, I forgot to bring my own because I was so focused on my outfit. But I was seriously on the edge of passing out. Like, I'm not even being dramatic right now. I thought I was going to faint on the battlefield. So I stumbled into this little shop and I found this beautiful red umbrella that looks like it was from the early 1900s. I'm gonna start over there. You guys will see the red umbrella later on, but I was like, yep, you're coming home with me, and it cost me $22. But honestly, best money I spent all day. That umbrella literally saved my life.
She wanted her green one.
These are gloves, $3. I don't think I would wear gloves now, but how cute. It's to put the clothing.
Oh, like a bag.
Yeah, it's vintage. That's adorable, right?
Blue one. A lot of my dresses are blue. What?
She's got feet back down here. They're all right.
Okay, I'll come look.
She's got a lot more.
Excuse me, I mean.
They're so old that you can tell. This one's really beautiful. I love like the lace details. Oh my gosh, stop. That is so cute. Is it stretchy? Has the metal zipper, so you know it's vintage.
Postcards.
How much?
22 for the bag of, I don't know.
So cute. Look at all the fabric too.
Mm-hmm.
This one's really pretty.
The purple. Yeah. They have stains.
Yeah, you know they're old. So I think I spent over 2 hours just walking around the flea market. There was so much to see. I was literally in heaven, and every corner had something unique, like vintage fabrics, delicate lace, shoes. Like those shoes right there were from the 1920s, which is crazy.
Do you have to do both at the same time?
I think it has a key. Oh no.
For one size. Oops.
Wow, it's like in great condition.
Mm-hmm. It is adorable.
If you've been watching my videos for a while, you already know that I have so much stuff at home. I really don't need more, but do I ever listen to that voice in my head? No, I don't. I'm just lucky I had some self-control this time, kind of. While I was browsing through this little vintage shop, one of my favorite things was honestly just people watching. There were so many girls and women dressed up in the most beautiful 1940s inspired outfits. Everyone had their cute little dresses, their hair perfectly styled, their red lipstick, and it was just all so magical. This sweater, I saw it and I thought it was so cute.
That's adorable.
I know, it's 15. It's very me. The whole vibe just felt so surreal and very authentic. I think that the people who take the time to dress up really make the event come to life. Now, not everyone dresses up, which is totally fine, but if you ever get the chance to come to this event, I highly recommend dressing up. It just makes it so much more fun.
I'm not. No worries.
These.
And the hat. Don't forget the hat.
Oh,
That's
and
what we
the
said after you walked. Now, where did the
These
hat
little
go?
fins. It is. It's
It is,
super
but it's
silly.
adorable.
And you can't go wrong for the price.
Walk over to the French with your hat on.
Are these the ones that flip down? They are. These are like nice, actually. They work pretty well. I've seen.
There's a tape measure. How cute.
So wait, is it $10 for this whole bag? Can I take this also? I'm going to give these a shot. I'm going to try pink curls with those. Some people I know have had luck.
Oh, this is some of this.
It is going to be a lot of curls, but that's the idea. It's going to be like poofy Betty Boop. If I do it that way with my hair, it'll totally poof.
Is that a compact?
I do not know.
And just tell me what I owe you, and then tell me if you can break up.
Pretty much break anything.
You are the best.
10 for the day.
Regular hairpins.
I don't think I've ever seen ones like that.
I had seen them. There's a makeup artist named Erin Parsons, and she's always trying stuff like that. And she had them, and that's the reason I'm like,
Wow.
And she also tried this Feb. So cute.
Just so we know
All
who
the
gets
little handkerchiefs.
The cash for it, yeah.
Yeah.
Just eyeballing everything. I like quilts. I don't like quilting, but I like quilts. Quilting is just so much work.
So you're doing an encampment?
Yeah, we're down there.
Okay, great.
Oh, you got the French? Oh my god.
My friend really likes.
I feel like the next time I'm just gonna go in like a bathing suit. That's how I feel. I need one of these. It's like a set. $4 for each. Because they're vintage. Yeah, but it's hard to find one like this. Made for curls, because you don't see them anymore. Yeah, these are the ones. As I kept wandering around, I stumbled across another little section that was just packed with the coolest vintage gems. I found these beautiful old powder containers, like the ones that women used to keep on their vanity tables, and honestly, they were little works of art. There were also so much jewelry everywhere, tables just covered in vintage brooches, pearl necklaces, clip-on earrings, and look at these really cool Victorian purses. It was hard not to stop and admire every little detail. I even came across something I thought was so cool. It was this old first aid kit. I'm pretty sure that it was from the 1940s as well, and it just made me stop and think about how much history is hidden in these everyday objects. Like, someone actually used these back then. There were also calendar girl prints, old newspapers from the 1940s, and boxes filled with vintage photographs. It was like flipping through a photo album from another time. Even if you're not someone who collects vintage or shops for these kind of things, I think anyone could really appreciate how special it is to see these items up close. There's something about holding a piece of the past in your hands that's just so magical. These are cute. They have like a little stain. And these are really pretty as well. These.
Those are cute.
They're 20 for the pair. This is the whole set. That's beautiful. $40 a pair. That's cute though. Look. Letters.
What is that?
Letters.
Oh.
You get 1937. That's interesting. I would be interested just in reading them.
Again, it's only bad if you want a mask that's functional because you only
Band-Aid. That's crazy. As I was looking around, I actually stumbled across these little pictures of calendar girls. You know, these iconic pin-up style photos from the 1940s. What I find so interesting about calendar girls is that they were actually a huge part of the pop culture during World War II. These women were often dressed in playful, flirty outfits, but the idea wasn't just to look pretty. These images were meant to boost the morale of soldiers who were far from home. It was like this little reminder of beauty, life, and the comforts of home. Calendar girls kind of became the symbol of hope and strength, but in a really feminine and glamorous way. And I just love that. They showed that being soft, girly, and sexy wasn't something to hide. It was actually something that helped people get through hard times. You guys, look at these adorable compact mirrors. I've actually been so obsessed lately with collecting vintage compacts. They're just so fun to just keep in your purse. I only have like one so far, mostly because they're really hard to find, especially at an affordable price. I actually found my first one last year, and ever since I've been on the hunt for more, but they're definitely rare gems these days, and when you do find them, they can be a little bit out of budget. This is so cool. Take a look. It used to be like a little lipstick. I'm pretty sure there used to be a mirror here that you would look and then, you know what I mean? Oh, this one's really pretty. Right? Safety mattress. It's the 1940s. For the whole set, $195. So after checking out all of the cute vintage shops, I made sure to explore the rest of the tents too, which honestly, a lot of them had more of the boy stuff, you know, the military gear, old tools, radios, and things I totally don't need but were super cool to look at. Even though they weren't pink or girly, I really enjoyed seeing all of it because I'm actually kind of a history nerd at heart. I loved walking through each little setup and learning about the different items people were selling. Some of the vendors even showed me their outfits and told me about their collections, which was so cool because you can really feel how passionate they are about preserving these pieces of history. So yeah, even if some of it was more of the guy stuff, I still had the best time exploring every corner of the flea market. And honestly, there's something here for everyone. After spending a few hours at the flea market, we stumbled across this adorable little section called French Village. It's this sweet tucked away spot where a group of people are fully in character. Look at this little cute little village. There are flowers over there. I have no idea. I don't think so.
I went through and find like maps that are close to the city. I know the ones that they use.
What about you lovely ladies? Would you like a beautiful flower?
These people were handing out these super cute handmade paper flowers. They made them by hand and they were giving them away for free, which I thought was the sweetest thing ever. I love that they're creating these little moments of connection and kindness. Even when they're in character, you could just feel the community and the passion for the history here. So one thing that really made me curious was to why there was a section called French Village. So the Mid-Atlantic Air Museum isn't just about planes and shopping, it's designed as a living history experience. They recreate full military camps from the 1940s, obviously, and part of that includes staging a battle skirmish in a fake French village. It's set up with tents, torn out walls, vehicles, and reenactors all acting like they're all occupied France during World War II. It's honestly really cool to walk through, and you'll even get to watch live action battle reenactments between the two sides from the war. It's like stepping into a history movie, but in real life.
That is so cute.
On our way to this new section here, I'm not gonna lie, I gasped when I saw another woman's shop. You already know I made the beeline for it. I feel like it's not super common to find vintage shops at events like this that are focused on girly things like clothing, handbags, jewelry, and accessories. A lot of the times the flea markets lean more military focused, so when I see girly shops, I run. I was excited.
Diapers. Panty diapers.
The bloomers?
The bloomers, yeah.
Yeah.
Si tú lo miras por detrás, tiene como ruffles. So the
Isn't this for like a kid? Yeah, it is for a kid.
yeah.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Can we talk about this beautiful pink corset? You guys, I got so excited because not only was it so pretty and delicate, but it actually looked like it was in my size. And if you're a girly with a bigger chest like me, you already know the struggle of finding vintage pieces that actually fit you right. It's honestly so rare to find vintage bralette sizes that aren't super tiny, so when I saw that they had bigger sizes, I was like, oh my gosh, this is my moment. They also had a bunch of really cool vintage bullet bras, which were so iconic back in the day. I kind of regret not getting one now. Like, I saw it, I loved it, but I hesitated, and now it's haunting me. You know when you don't buy something and then you can't stop thinking about it? Yeah, that's me with that bullet bra. But it was just so fun getting to look through all of these beautiful detailed undergarments that you don't really see anymore. This store actually had this little beauty corner where you could get your hair and makeup done in a 1940s style, but sadly by the time that I got there, they were already closed. Heartbreaking, I know, but it's so cool to know that the next time I could come a little earlier and get the full glam experience. Speaking of glam, let's talk a little bit about the 1940s beauty and fashion while you guys watch me shop. I mean, if you know me, you know I love diving into the little details. One of the most iconic beauty trends back then was the red lipstick. It wasn't just about looking pretty, it was actually a big deal during the war. Women were encouraged to wear red lipstick to help lift people's spirits and show support. It was seen as a sign that you were strong and standing with your country. Fun fact, there were even places where if you didn't wear a red lipstick, people would think you weren't being supportive. Like, hold on, let me put mine on real quick. I would have been reapplying all day just to be safe.
Thank you.
As the afternoon rolls in, me and my mom decide to stop and watch the planes take off. Finally, the sun chills out and we get this beautiful breeze. There's something about hearing the engines and seeing them soar that really makes you feel like you've stepped back in time. And just when I thought the day couldn't get any better, the iconic swing dance starts. We grabbed some seats and settled in to watch everyone take their swing dance lessons. Now listen, I did not participate, okay? I was too shy and honestly, I didn't have a partner, but me and my mom already pinky promised that next year we're coming back as swing dance experts. Some people were clearly professionals, like they were gliding across the floor like they do this every weekend. I was living for it. Before the big dance started, there was supposed to be a dance kicking off at 7 p.m. They actually brought in a special guest moment to honor two amazing veterans who were there. One was a nurse and the other was a soldier, and it was such a touching part of the day. We ended up celebrating one of the soldiers' birthday, which was so special.
For D-Day. And that's what it's all about. It's about remembering not just a significant war, but the greatest generation. And I want to take a minute to recognize 5 individuals, World War II veterans, that are here with us this evening. Before I do that, Tyler Bowen.
We all sang him happy birthday because he ended up turning 101 years old. Like, that's insane. It's just crazy to think that he's still here and still sharing his story and being part of these moments. It was definitely one of those things I'll never forget. Since we're all here at the dance, let's take a little moment to talk about the swing dancing and why it was such a big thing in the 1940s. So swing dancing actually started in the 1920s and 30s, but it really exploded in the popularity during the 1940s. Especially during World War II, it was this really upbeat, joyful style of dance that gave people a way to escape all the stress and sadness from the war. Of course, the music played a huge part. Big bands like Glenn Miller and Benny Goodman had the perfect sound for swing dancing. When those horns hit, people had to get up and dance. It's so special to see people keeping that tradition alive today. Honestly, it made me want to learn so that next year I can actually join in and not just awkwardly watch from the sidelines. I caught that on camera. I caught that interaction on camera. I also caught the sweetest little moment. I saw this young boy work up the courage to ask a girl to dance, and I was literally like, wait, why am I getting emotional? Also, why do I suddenly feel old? It was so cute, but anyways, after a very long day, we decided to finally head home. I was so ready to get some sleep and just relax. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and coming with me. And like I always say, I'll see you guys in my next adventure.